Ye my Ghana. Anumere Ghana this year. Menchia wona mema wadjo. Say radio stations ni doson. Na waje bre wodo de no atu peace. Na obetie Ghana nkomo. Say na adwada ne ukode bia na ye no no nwotweka sebo no kugu pe. Na unim se besi nkonwa. Na yadwendwene Ghana ho. Na Ghana be ye you say enye you. Eyamene wa. Etimi me ye me chefa de aboa no na wonso ye o chefa de aboa. Kakra na mpempen so ye pese o man no kodru no etimi aduru ho ama ye nyina no ya teswaba. Radio stations adwumadie mu kra mu nso aseda bi enkonfama mo. Se mo so mo bo na adwumaduru yi adu Ghana fo nyina aboboa no. Na abedwafo asi nkonwa wo studio na wo che wona adwen no wonso adwen kire na wo de ba. Ebetomo ya gibre na ya kenkan de ma sanse the platform de ne one de ho chia me. Anwumre yi ye ni mpanifo mienu ene besi nkonwa wo ka ho bi miensa. Enti omo kire omadwen wo studio no na wonso wo kire wadwen wo studio habi. Na wo de no wo de befa WhatsApp line 0556700700 so ebetomo ya begibre na wonso ne wadwen kire wo no yatim ma wiase nyina no atibi. No ensem anwumre ya gibre na yedi ho nkomo ene se minim se sabre de wate. Se abatu komisa ene se ablekuma north police stations bi wo ho no mo a ho akwakọ hia se ho na ba ne de sa to ne biem aha na enka ne ye to ye no enyanyi constituency ni nyina na police stations ba ko mienu miensa ba ko dunkono 19 ye beto ne ye de aka dada ne de no ho ne po di nkunimre na ye declare ho nsem a ebobo ba na nwumre ye begibre na ye di ho nkomo na ablekuma north rerun na komisan wadi ho nkomo e de a kire Ghana fo no global info analytics omaye hwehwemu omoso ho petetekra mu dia anhwa ade na NDC befa wa ablekuma north se say no MPP for say pink sheet ne eguta omo no e no omo hwehwemu kakra na bibie dia danse say ye koto tre no kra mpo no affairs no omo kan eto so a omo na omadi mu nkonim na so global info ohwehwemu ni kiremu say ye rerun no a say ye 19 no say de yo say constituency ni na o NDC befa wa ablekuma north anwumre yi yesim konwa yi obeti ho nkomo na panyina wogina NPP amanyoko ni di mu ablekuma north wada kodan court say gina esi a isi ni pese wosie no ne bonjo so enti ke beye kwempa court fata abunu ntu isi so na wambo no humusuo say okoye rerun 19 polling stations for constituency wono mo court si esu menyeyi ti court abo atu agu eno so ebedi ho nkomo na gina esi a isi na enka ne yenim say 3 polling stations na ne adane 19 no isi no ono ne de ne pe ana say sana nke wo say ye edin akura na no na isi ana meraben ya edin anti na isi sa de U10 anwumre yi yesim konyan yi ebegibre ne yedi ho nkomo ewiasin kam ko UN konhyiamu LGBTQI ya no mu yi yesi ebeto won so aba omofo ahodie ho nsem empenifo si mi kobi mankan bi wankwan keye ye kobi abato ne ya anto anwumre yi ebedi ho nkomo ama manfo asase di ho nkomo pa se Ghana nyina aka ho bi na Amadu na Trump ni buofu ye se wa wo pa America akọ ebete so ne manfo se LGBTQI ase Ghana ye ni asi form de no anhwe a mo mpeso mutu kwan ekọ America ne adade no eka ho bi na ne mamu ya tare de ama ye sa no senate anwumre ye sin konye nyina ne ye begibre na ye di ho nkomo na mpenifo anwumre yi obete wonka owura Dennis Miracle Aboaje or Director of Communications, Emma Dr. Lahaji Mahmoud Bawumia the campaign team 2024. Obetene nkan wo NPP amanyoko ni di mu. Owura ma di Jibril. Jibril no ye Bible mu anko ye Gabriel no. Deputy Director of Elections wo NDC amanyoko ni mu. Wono so obetene nkan. Ena wo nso so oka ho bi. Wona otoso miensa. O de ne de ebete won kan 0556700700 so. SMS anasa WhatsApp wo de ba ebegibre na yakenkan de amawo. Ekomi ensai na nwumre yaje bre ne mu wadi nkomo wo the platform so the cardinal na ya okese watena se dada yense bre ebetwe ho bataw ye ba empenifo atena se the platform nkomo twetwe ebifrase peace 104.3 sunie ye twe ho abasisi a
Bring me baby, Abwa Ghana, Nagana Bayo, Ayo, if you mean so bring me baby, Abwa Ghana, Nagana Bayo, Ayo, if you mean
platform apraman ani apa ne pompa yi so the platform the cardinal nana yaukese sonsontwe sontwi asonsentwe ani nsentwitwi a ekọ batakọ braman esi no koso ato apetia mantemfi asanse krokotiako the platform so nie asisi nkonnwa asisi adwa ama trankonnwa atrenufua bra nana yaukese the cardinal tiadwam ewo peace 104.3 FM so the platform odoso puyo ha ade doso ensempudiom amanyosam abrabom nsam asetirem nsam ani amansa hodo so nsam ani se hodo bi ade a ani ne hia na ya kase the cardinal wone na pamfo our the platform dwumadie so wo peace 104.3 FM adwada ni ukwada numre biada efri no nwotwekopim nondu the platform ewo peace FM ensam asisie de aba de akro ani de yatia ni de yehunu ni nyina ne ne wudi na apreto ani ne sombi na yansiai na banu so a emia the platform chire wadwene bi Ghana ya my Ghana
se batana nyamie shira no da wamanu niema penyi nala na wamanodo eya se batana empe oku eji ahobu eni na dikebi asiasubie enti asemena use yesum Ghana yiye anya safa da chinchirima eba bebo yemfo inia susu brebe baby Wabwagana Nagana beyo Eyo Ekwimino waro Soso breve baby Wabwagana Nagana beyo Eyo Ekwimino waro
Abusia mamunyira jodamase abre ameno kase akasima eduonu nan na abo nonkron peace 104.3 FM suni jumadie edit the platform yere the platform ebra odwada eni ukuada bia bra na nwotwe kase ebo no akọ na wieye the frame na ya kese obetumi aframe the cardinal me NMD juma ho chia me Patricia Sefa Fisher Prince Bafo Asamoah Henry Kwesi Minka ena Man Sadat amona hyehyɛ ena bedi ho chia me ba mu nyina jo amajo Damas.
Susu brimi baby Wabwagana Nagana beyo Eyo Ekwimino waro Susu brimi baby Wabwagana Nagana beyo Eyo Ekwimino waro
Enumrei enkoma ewo ho no enya asem ewo akra o asem tie Ablekuma North ya to abawie ye Ablekuma North the twists and turns ena ye dididi mun kakra ye dididi mun kakra na Electoral Commission boboso a o say aka police station miensa na last week na Electoral Commission betu just said there be say no ya besan ya rerun e wo 19 polling stations Ablekuma North azimia na me no kan you na 19 MPP for say there be amon nima de kronti e say yakoto about 19 polling stations if I me anka say me bi say bi wa ha say adentin e yakoto about 19 polling stations mentiase Emma, Mammy free at the Nassam Kodan High Court to say. Court Runti and Nassam na onka bi Emano. Court Runka Nassam non, Unti Nassam non can be Manoa. Court na Bonasam Natuagu. Injunction and Yejuma. Also went to me and prove High Court and Pajo Henry. Also went to me and prove say Electoral Commission in who quine say. You can't say. Oya rerun no let me perform when to me improve say Electoral Commission ni ho kwan say oya rerun enti wabo asem na to agu Global Info Analytics. Miracles Namfonum. Miracle Adam for Pa Musa Dankwa. Or say, oh, research no why any chere say. Ya cotton na NDC Befa. Ablekuma North. MPP likely to lose. NDC Befa. Simple crowd. Now, second issue, I maybe was you ask me here, me pa Timunti ni ye mame. LGBTQI plus one sensibia. Ena ye nyina ya kan bi say Ghana ko UN ye koto aba a kire say hwan ena wo ho kwan. Ghana gina henfa e LGBTQI hwan mu. Aban anto aba no. Ena aban mu for the ba say there be asem nente sanse njorofo achia no. Enti on betenetene no. Na atretene no mu no. Ensem bebre aba wa chiri. Quickly. Near Foreign Affairs Ministry de ba eni dated 9th July 2025. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has closely monitored media commentary on Ghana's vote at the 59th session of Human Rights Council on the resolution for the renewal of the mandate of the independent expert on protection against violence and discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity. The ministry wishes to clarify as follows. There was no vote on the support of LGBTQI for which Ghana abstained, as has been wrongly reported by a section of the Ghanaian media. Number 2. On Monday, 7 July 2025, Ghana abstained from the HRC's vote on the renewal of the mandate of the independent expert on the protection against violence and discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity. Now, the question before the council was whether persons who identify as LGBTQI should be protected against violence and discrimination or not. It was not about LGBTQI rights. Ghana abstained in the vote to be consistent with Chapter 5, Article 17 of the 1992 Constitution, which specifically prohibits discrimination on the grounds of gender, race, color, ethnic origin, religion, creed, or social or economic status. The resolution requests the independent expert to continue to report annually on the implementation of the mandate to the Human Rights Council and the General Assembly in accordance with their respective programs of work. And so, wow. I'll say, in a statement delivered by the permanent representative of Ghana during the session, he unequivocally clarified Ghana's position on the subject by stating inter alia that our understanding of the traditional definition of gender is the male sex or female sex, essentially when considered with reference to social and cultural differences. Similarly, sex, in our view, refers to either of the two main categories, male and female, into which humans and most other living things are divided and used for statistical purposes and policy monitoring. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is very mindful of the Ghanaian public's general opposition and the government's strong stance against the subject of LGBTQI, whatever it is. Because at point 3, no mesabaso. The question before the council was whether persons who identify as LGBTQI should be protected against violence and discrimination or not. It was not about support for LGBT. Or say the question before the council was whether persons who identify as LGBTQI Mamen can tree because tree nam tepa. Brofo de mentesa Dennis Munti. Mentesa. As in beside that council anyone say. As I say, and go fukua and now woman who di say. Woman ye LGBTQI plus one. Ye bo mo ban free e to trasem ni enyimu ni aye pamumu ana. Eno ni asem bisa no. Na emfa LGBTIQ pride LGBTQI plus one for no emfa wo mo fa ahudie so. Asem na mo ne yeken. So if you say that the question before the council was to either to protect these people or not, and you come back to tell me it was not about LGBTQI, what was it then about? Honorable Minister, what was it about? And can I say another question? It's simple, power. Very simple. Because Ghana has a sebi will be away dear Wukrano. Ghana mrase ya money pano by yen treating as human being. Sana Ghana mraka. Will be away dear Wukrano. Yen treating as human being. No go 15 years, no go 20 years. We be treat you as human beings. What I say. And this is how can I be say. Sebi se ubi koye LGBTQI plus ni China. Yemo na naze mi yemo no. Na usi minti minka. Di asem na wani make. Anyway, major politicians no. Dennis Miracle Abuaje ewa hase. But no it sounds where press bi ni mapentino. I am in an Abuaje ni dikan Abuaje Dennis Miracles. 2024 ba umia campaign on na eye communication director. Na nanka SSS Madi Jibril awe deputy director of elections mwa of the NDC. Na SSS Madi Jibril eba. Na so Madi se edi akra na musu mi enu akasa wo akasa kasa ya na di asema. Na SSS kama di be fiase but Madi antimi amba si bibia sankano ama Dr. Samuel Aye. Our government communication okay oka government communication team ho ena oba be sina nan anwumre mamema ormajo na me no mu eni enkomo doc ona me nhia odamajo
mejo so mini apanyi na ya okese
na ho te sen
ame ado am say ode ya me tai hwe opa na am say na menya akwanya so ma ha for program and nyame nchade ya bedu ha me giri pa say it will be a very good show.
Okay.
Many many apanyi Dennis Marcos Abuaje so idea in campaign format enti me giri ye pa say e be koye na me chia Ghana for mo tie me anwumre we me chia production team and obibia medase
we are medical doctor na
patron
I see. Okay, that's it. Mr. Abuaje.
The cardinal na ya kese kana PSG for ama me ho isi am ekura maboto asem ekura
PSG team na kuta omo no de
as omo bought FIFA PS5
is there 4 3 and 4 na 3 na
oh
me ampa re ma de bobo mintimi hwe bi de
me ra pa o
asema ba
good fellow atete me sa wa tag me sa
omo ndi ni fi asem se omo ni PSG na bebo
it is am post on Facebook so obi a ignore no me platform
no
yeah football to many pare ho asem
but football says sanet yes and never koyi ma pa PSG this year dear Charlie omo team and Louis Enrique waye adwuma is really coached the team.
And yet ball get on no.
David,
the kind of football no. They are playing like a unit.
And sometimes I build the team. Papa PSG focus the team. Say PSG for train omo say omo ntosa a superstar for no biom. I think say aboa omo who say omo nya adwuma as a unit. Anyway, Majo Dennis. Now what is saying?
I don't know the show.
The Yamiasi.
Not the show.
You. And you may me friend more boko. Dennis Besame new free.
Okay.
Ablekuma North. Wow, him the twist and tense of Ablekuma North. In fact, Henry, me phone away. na me phone so na wa fat say the yodi hey we are saying fine crowd oh na no di birthday wa how enfi me ka ho say me nka nwie wa san fa me phone to say the we japade hey bra Henry you Dennis Masho me about just a minute person me kan ade kakra bi na afi ye gina so na ye de ye ade foforo ene honorable Kwefri ye na asem no kokopie na person me kan bibi kakra. The High Court has dismissed an injunction application filed by Nana Equia Efriye, the MPP's 2024 parliamentary candidate for Ablekuma North, seeking to stop the Electoral Commission from conducting a rerun in 19 polling stations on July 11th. According to Justice Ali Baba Abature, the application is unmeritorious, stressing that the EC's constitutional mandate to ensure representation outweighed the candidate's objections. Efriye's lawyers argued that the EC was defying a January 4th court order directing it to collate and declare results from the 62 polling stations, noting that the commission had itself stated that only 3 were left uncollated. They described the rerun as unlawful and in contempt of court. But the court held that Efriye failed to prove the EC could legally declare results without further verification. Maybe verification. The judge said any challenges to the EC's action should be resolved through substantive legal processes, not by halting the rerun. He concluded the EC could compensate Efriye with damages if she later prevails. We APF record ene. Mira Awade. Yes, sir.
I me nim the course war union NDC 43. But so be some me catch was say omon pause be 4-5 hours be na omon dwen hu biem na omon ye sure say position a omo take on this matter no a position and paniampa omo person mo take na because if this thing should go on and happen ebeye presidents be the biggest loser in a NDC. And I'll quickly explain to you. You got to about on the 7th of December. You to about no. Ye king kainimu. Ena nipa boni yefubi Ebura Coalition Center. And doc mpesa se mo wuti bi pa na ye tu ye boss ye bi mu ye Ombora Coalition Center no and omo sha say omo say electoral materials no ye nyina ye hu videos mo. Then the police and electoral commission and the materials no ko sie e wo school bi mu e wo constituency dem ade chenye no na ebi mu san bowure mu esen tweja eto school ni mu ema election materials ni bi so esan so eheka ho enti at the end of the day no de yakoba ya ne say electoral commission focus omo ye omo coalition no omo quality resource na do baby na de akwakoba ne say aka polling stations me ensa ese omo tumi quality a omunyanye na process na hot and the South police station miensa no akasakasa e ba ho ane se ena mo basabasa ye ne etutra se mo course wo coalition center nti sa particular polling station 3 polling stations no omo pink sheet no the electoral commission wo omo say no atete no. Let us say the beba say their political parties in the war no at least you bet me I rely on that because ɛno nti na yɛma ɔmo duplicate sɛ anka wunya sɛ yɛbɛma ɔmo duplicate but they get a duplicate for purposes like this. Of course, knowing very well say ɔmo lose elections no NDC for say ɔmo pink sheet no ɔmo hu baby ɔmo de ato. It's okay. But MPP agents no ekura ye pink sheet na ye wona ye de be ye war as evidence of the elections for these polling stations. Enti Electoral Commission etro koma police say Madaruma ye besre say anka mo beba na motumi abebo ye ho ban na yetumi de aye coalition no. Every December nim bepemu ne edu baby crampo no police Ekache Electoral Commission said they don't have enough men to protect them to do the coalition. No worries. I mean, it's okay. Any jato ho. No mind your course ye de may be nyina bepemu ne. 2 or 3 weeks ago in Electoral Commission led by Professor Dr. Bosman Echo Parliament Echo Kache Parliament come on update on what's happening with Ablekuma North. And I tell you 3 weeks ago a briefing Parliament no adia Dr. Bosman kan ye categorically ne say omo ye coalition ni nyina awie aka polling stations miensa nti omo hwe animu say police ebebo mo ho ban na omo ntumi dia quality sa polling stations no. That was the brief Electoral Commission at the Parliament. Enti ye nyina hwe animu say IGP any police be ka bibi say okay any eda say ye beba na ye coalition ye kodanya ne ya NDC for say ye nti ase e ma mo nye coalition no especially with MPP for pink sheet no mukra no ye ma mo mfa ye no problem fair enough. Electoral Commission so say ye nto aba ne foforo because ye ni basis e de beto aba no. He said it in Parliament. Ye ni basis e de beto aba foforo. Now the aka say be quality sa 3 polling stations no. This was Electoral Commission. Our Parliament, House of Records. After yakoda konya ne ya 2 weeks later the same Electoral Commission abase after the Ablekuma North na eye 3 polling stations na ka yakwa coalition no. All of a sudden yes and koto about 19 polling stations. All of a sudden no yes and koto about no 19 polling stations. And I say na constituency ya keka ababo mu ama na katre eba ni sen ena osanso ba say yes and koto 19 polling stations ababium akọ emu ba akọ nkan wa I'm telling you that day emu ba akọ nkan sa tre no emu ba akọ enka 19 no. Now the question is mobile Parliament ye nyina na ye take constituency na ye coalition ena nyina nim sa akatre every December bepem na nyina nim say quality bi akatre o call Parliament 2 weeks ago catch Parliament sa akatre. How did the Electoral Commission all of a sudden succumb to the NDC pressure? I know all of a sudden adena akatre amaya ye coalition ye wie na declare no afi dem say yes an koto about 19 polling station. Na dia etwa asumukura ne say ekwan ben na mo fa so a mo arrive at sa 19 polling station no. Muni obi anka ho asem. As far as MPP we are concerned no. Muni yen tina simple kan che say aha asem say ne ba ho aha asem say ne ba ho aha mobile am say enko 19 polling stations. Ne enko to aba. Anyhow. Yeah, we believe say institutions must be allowed to work. And if the institutions are doing their work, as a political party, we must make sure say baby you feel say omunje ni ye ni ebetwe omadwe akoso. The Electoral Commission must get down and do its work and do it properly. You need basis bia for rerunning any elections in Ablekuma North. You see, yen quality resource ni ya untumi nge rerun. A basic thing. Yen quality resource ni ya basic thing require rerun. You talk about polling station. In fact, as we speak, our polling station mensa nukra unhwe mukra nwie because collation no takes you through a process. you have to validate it. And that's what I say. You validate it, you look at it before you come to a conclusion. Say, okay, because of A, B, C, D, T. Yen to me, yen is saying Tiens and Kotoba. Yen. The CIA, they run elections, so you're clear. You have to abandon Vienna, you have crap, you 12 police station, you can't warn on. We must call it. You quality Vienna, someone, you other processes are random, who can say the befaso. Now, you're real coalition, you're saying, run. You're real coalition, you're saying, run. Rerun also was young 19 and 19, a random number be an the end course was 19 police stations in India. Electoral Commission just says here Kotoba Hobio. The empire course was 19 police stations were and until Electoral Commission says and Kotoba. Now you see me on. And this young Cassandra no more Mr. And so what buy more. Who are buying money to about on election day between war any opposition no. On a bed in also. I have been there not too long ago, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. The burden to protect the sanctity, the sanity, and the safety of this country is on you, the government, not on the opposition party. Na so mu na bre koso na efiada ma ye rerun of 19 police stations in Ablekuma North. What they have done is a scar that they cannot deal with in 2028. They can't. And I make us say my way more MPP and NDC. Their strength, ASAU. There are two political parties, but I can show electoral history. MPP and NDC in this country, strength in ASA. Go and check the electoral history. They can't contain what's coming in 2028 if they continue like that. Because
what is coming?
No, what is coming is simply this. On the 9th of 7 December, I was there. I was at the front line. At 10:45 thereabouts, the National Democratic Congress held a press conference and told their members to go to the coalition centers and raid the coalition centers. That is what happened on the 9th or 7th of December. I was there. They told them plain language. They told them to move to the coalition centers. The outcome of that press conference and that call, any their course on Sawum, the videos are still fresh here. They are on your portal. Coalition centers, no. Your far ballot box now papers in the guma. They are from papers in him. Police region only a foreign near piano to change. Electoral Commission for your table no so near Chinwes in chain. They destroyed electoral materials to the extent that the police at some point had to move these constituencies to Tesano here before they can do declaration of certain constituencies. So, say Nipa Boniafo Ebo Coalition Center in a constituency. No more say electoral materials, say no more say no Ablekuma North no. Now say, what can say? In spite of everything, no, what solution is say you go and rerun. Do you know what you are telling us? On the 7th of December 2028, anywhere we think we have lost an election, we'll destroy the electoral materials and there will be a rerun. Because that's the precedence. If you cannot call it, you will rerun. And this is what they are telling us in Ablekuma North, and they say, if you cannot call it, you will rerun. And now, you boy raho, ni asedo, ni atitim, you wia, ni the young pictures na kosie, and this is for the number kuda, the buy, yes, you need to rely on NDC. And then, what would be the way out? The way out would be precedence now. Yes, set it with Ablekuma North. No? Because all the NDC is doing right now is to empower us to disrupt any election that you feel you be lusu. Ye lusu kwa dia yen say no. Yes, say na there will be a rerun, and this will be a precedence. I am begging my friends and brothers in the NDC. This Ablekuma situation, Nanayao, and yet in the interest of any of us. Ablekuma situation, and yet in the interest of any of us. And benefit the political party we don't need that seat. Because as it's really become one they don't need it. Almost become a seat in one what we need is to protect your electoral sanctity. That one we both need it. But woe betides the NDC. And I know mark this day. Me say woe betides. Me say I keep saying me say NDC ni MPP own. And I say don't be fooled when you are in government. Do not be fooled. And now 1992 Rollins are buying. 96 Rollins aban kra na ye soldier for kra 2000 MPP ba power Kofo ba power 2000 e be tra so to 2008 ye lose elections time so kai time we lost an election by barely 36,000 we handed over power. We lost an election by barely 36,000 votes. We handed over power. 2016, John Mahama, His Excellency, he was an incumbent president. He lost elections. He handed over power. Nana Danko Akufo-Addo lost an election in 2024. He handed over power. Don't be fooled. This is a bad precedent, not in the interest of any of the political parties. They are what catch obi and say ye kenkan wie na ka mienu miense bi na hwe na enko ma wa bowra ho na say no ye say na ye beto no foforo. That is all. And I can bet you the amount of chaos, the level of chaos that this country will be thrown into in 2028. And you hear me? 2024, I was standing there at 12 midnight telling my party people to calm down. At a time when the NDC had called on their party people to move to coalition centers. You think I will do that again? No. And we did that because as a government, we felt that we had the responsibility to protect the people of this country, life and property. And we knew, say, if we should allow our party people to move to the coalition centers, the same way NDC for, there will be clashes. There will be clashes. Now, when we in our own video, no, imagine say, that man NDC for no bowra or senior man, na NDC for so jina ho. At some point, some judge, ejina electoral officer ho, ewo oka oh, I hear you saying. Okakwe Central. Okakwe Central. Ono no ka their presiding officer nenka. Oka no dia shana no aka shana no. Oka no aka. The video is there. Ojaninte yo, you know kreni mu no ka shana no. Tema Central, he did the same thing. Naneo, me say kromo about to if you fool yourself to think say one your gan a bay of concert. What is happening in Ablekuma Central? The EC should pause. Finish your coalition. Who your coalition no na issues were in the CI. In the CI the elections no, there are processes. But the only idea is alien to the laws of this country. Which aspect of the laws of our electoral processes that says that you to abewie ni en quality ya aya to wi ya kan wo police station ho. Na now ya kan aba no police station a ya the copy ebo police station ho. Yama agents ni nyina copies and say electoral commission kura mo copy. Why do you think that is done? If copies are other people kura enwu hia, why do you think they will give copies to people? We give copies so that in situations like this there will be duplicates. At least I have something to show say yesi wo hodie police station will be our police station numbers no, including those who voted at that police station. So finish your coalition so that when there is an issue there are processes that will follow through and deal with the issues. What's it there be? Media men winnie. Enti yes I'm cotton for. Ye nim say winnie elections no. I didn't cotton about for. Aba ye winnie. I didn't cotton for. Aba wa cotton parliament like I say working can we I got 3 police stations. I didn't have the cotton 19 police stations. I said this is for some months. That's almost on business and yo. Yeah, you were 88 police friend is saying seats in parliament. We'll fight for the seats in 2028 in a way and manner using this Ablekuma not as a precedent. Obeying this one. Now here, Rollins crowd no yes soldier nearby and cry. Ye babeji akonya fi ni semu. Rollins are not no yes soldier aban soldier aban. Ye di akonya fi ni semu. Me say Atamels hand you over. Nanado hand you over. Kufo hand you over. Mahama hand you over. And this precedence, the NDC, they will regret it if they allow this to go through.
But my mintie Dr. Samuel Aye, and so mintie na dwen onu gire mo ma NDC. Doc.
Nana.
Yes sir.
Me that's it. And then I meet me amunu apanyi Dennis Miracle Saboaje. Na me ho adwiri me pa.
Now tie no wen.
Sa me tie hey. Me tie no so ka say na me tie no.
Okay, mega o ka say na me tie
na me be say me che say me tie hey no, na me tie no pa.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
Na ene empanyufo say ana akotoka say me say the chickens have come home to roast. Ene MPP4 na omani abre electoral commission so omo criticize the electoral commission. The same electoral commissioner only 7 to 8 months ago we were criticizing say common arithmetic community so omo incompetent na adwumadi a aban de ahwe mo sa no omo ni hu ahoden ene ehunumu to do what they have been asked to do. MPP 40 touchline that time they were in government. Say oh na because NDC yenye prepared for the election na yegidi ye pass e be lusu abana enu ntina ya sorry anopa wi anwum na yedi electoral commission atem na electoral commission enye hwe omo ni madwuma but ene the conversation has changed. The same MPP are no more defending the electoral commission no ene they are here criticizing them. Na ye opposition na de bia ye ka say aso 9 na do on side de sane na da be so on sa no na obe hu de o de be sane e kwan no an count down I say it and the conversation is different but it is normal. I believe say going forward MPP for ankasa ene ye be ko be nkrom say the electoral commission here incompetent na GDI ye wo say omuntimi nya adwuma no o say ye pe kwan bi so na ye tu ho anamo na edi ye etu ye say ye benya electoral commission papa na ye nya megidi ye pass MPP for be support ama ye nya the right outcome na me nua miracles a sha say no ka say na ye to aba no na nkrofo bi be vandalize ye unfortunately when timi ambon nkrofo bi din nkrofo ni din why mo no be vandalize where the coalition was happening because unfortunately at time na omo neti abamu they were in charge of police operations na ade up to now intime nkrofo kro he goes ahead say or the better NDC for so I don't think that is a fair comment. Say or the better NDC for so nobody in the NDC was arrested that time they were in government for causing chaos and mayhem. Ewo baby a equality resource. But you see, when you are penny miracles, what diverted conversation. He has failed to put out the details of the reason why ene Ablekumanov the ekoso no ekoso. Enye no credit say rise from the get go no na problems were only 3 police stations. Enye no credit. Now is 62 polling stations. In fact, those 62 polling stations no. Now ye NDC ye GD ye say ye were polling stations ni mu 54. And who pink sheet. Anna MPP for so GD ye pa say almost were polling stations ni mu 25 and who pink sheets. That was the conversation right from the get go. Ah no, BNM said those were the issues. Edu baby crowd here. MPP form ayeti say polling sheets pink sheets no. Omo scanned copies in 37. When you na ya minim say otie me a. Omo wo
dog. Nitio ba na pesa me interject o.
O da bi yankasa. MPP form ayeti say omo scanned copies of pink sheets no mu 37. And I na ati say ah. Any omo scanned copies 37 dia. Mo famra na ye na ye hwe. Na ye fa to saniani. It was on the basis of 37 scanned copies na MPP for say omo wo no. And my electoral commission even before examining those pink sheets no echo declare say aka 3 police stations per enom their coalition. It is a case the electoral commission has been incompetent all this while. This is what we mean. Without examining that scanned copies of the pink sheet and MPP for GD say and no more why ye na jatum so mo famra na fine coalition no. The electoral commission went ahead to declare say they will use those pink sheets without examining them. Now, on further interrogation, further inspection and examination, it came to bear. Since 37 pink sheets are scanned copies, they were all falsified and fabricated scanned copies. Because indeed, when omo car say omo was 37 no, they were asked to go and bring it 2 weeks. Obi also was scanned copies of pink sheets. Kwafaba, it took you 2 weeks. It took you 2 weeks to bring those scanned copies of the pink sheets. Eba ye, baby one my EC4 presiding officer one sign, baby one my MPP agent one sign, baby one my NDC agent one sign. They were all fake scanned copies of MPP for the buy. Before the EC could even examine them to know say way pink sheets a bit him their ejuma. It right from the get-go, no, the Electoral Commission has been incompetent. It is our pink sheets from the buy. Yeah, Naji to say they were completely fake pink sheets. I ain't even find ejuma. And it was those pink sheets na EC Ediko Jina. Equire press conference statement beto abonte say I got 3 police stations to collate because no more depending on MPP for scanned pink sheets na ye fake no so. And I ain't nabi who said no, they were actually fake pink sheets, so cannot be used. 89 police stations see. At one point, Electoral Commission, because of incompetence, meant to be examine pink sheets ni. Now subsequently, further examination, further interrogation, actually, Electoral Commission for any MPP for. Now who say indeed those scanned copies of the pink sheet were fake. Why do you want the Electoral Commission to use it? Why do you want them to use it? Because they are fake. They cannot be used. And no credit said those stations were collated. They were never collated. 19. They were never collated because the pink scanned copies of the pink sheet are not MPP force or money ban. They were all fake pink sheets. Fake pink sheets cannot be used. What I say, it all boils down to the fact to say the Electoral Commission has been incompetent, and we had always made mention of this. Nana our dear Bakwa, Koswa, I think say a year nyachuma, I will say ye expose the MPP's conduct. And no more press conference say they are boycotted the election. Meanwhile, now one of our Blukumanov HHS 50 Ghana, 100 Ghana. For people to come and vote for them. In one breath, also a boycott election. In another breath, only Namable Kumanov now watch 50 Ghana and 100 Ghana for people to come and vote. Indeed, the conversation going on, they say, even those 19 polling stations, 13 MPP strongholds, and 6 NDC strongholds. If you believe, say, amemu abebu ya so Ghana foni. Petrol bo auja ye papa. Dollar bo auja ye papa. What is the fear about going for a rerun? Because the Electoral Commission has made it clear, say, there is a need for this rerun because the pink sheets are not depending on someone de bebano. Yes, scanned copies, no. They were fake. And so the elections must be hard. But the entire MPP4 are not willing to go into the election is because they know say omokwa enimguasie kakraka ebi nsida na beto omo. She Ghana for mu huro manim enko soro. Omo so anso omo hu. Omo so ansa so omo hu. Omo hu aban papa omo hu. Omo hu abanya embo number omo hu. Utimi be tracing kan kire me say ye betina akonya so na dollar was hovering around 14, 15, 16 Ghana cedis, and then interbank rate is doing about 10.3. Some of the places 11, some of them 10.9, some of them 11.1. Ghana ni bia ni wa obepe se obeto dollar 16 cedis. Abra by papa biaba dollar eda 11 cedis and 10.3. Ghana ni bia ni wa obepe se enkane na driver for to 1 gallon of fuel at 72 Ghana cedis, and then the same gallon of fuel because of Amamu Papa, President John Dramani Mahama, and Professor Nana of Opoku Ajiman, Finance Minister, any all other leading members of the MPP NDC asheshe egu akwemu no. And then the same gallon no at the 52 Ghana cedis. Baby 51 Ghana cedis. Because of the investment President Mahama aye in stabilizing the Ghana cedi and the energy sector no. Auto 10 gallons of fuel President Mahama save you 220 Ghana cedis. And it is our offer. They will compare and contrast. They will compare that under MPP, a gallon of fuel rising from 14 Ghana cedis to 72 Ghana cedis. Under NDC, in only 7 months, the same 72 Ghana cedis per gallon, above former to 50 Ghana cedis. Ablekuma for Omobekai. Omobekai who baby are no mujina. When the MPP was in power, any baby or me the mujina CI. Mame fwa ewa Ablekuma no for Omobekai. Say Omuma wo school na free SHS. MPP for the year campaign from 2008, 2012, 2016, 2020. The same policy, they couldn't even dedicate proper source of funding to it. And then President Mahama ba tabuno MPP for the two get fund so. Ne yentimi for campaign referee such President Mahama be use tabuno free so. And then for the first time, you had 3.5 billion Ghana cedis a referee SHS. And ne oko social media and kwala na kasa ye videos. Say you catch up say President Mahama be go free SHS. And so ne omandu an same pie papa ye mom nkosua ye mom sausage ye mom chicken aba papa den aba. Every sector of the social life of our social life as a country is experiencing significant improvement. Enti ye nuanom omo Ablekumanov. It is on the basis of some parameters here amaboy. And on bejira so ato aba. And people before have seen it, they have seen it from afar. Say, Ablekumanov abaye babetui. Omu kodincho. Because there is absolutely no reason for anybody to vote for the MPP. So, money abaye on betina konya so omo bo siasin abaye bi o ma say Ghana sika semedu baby. E kakra ye di ntimi ntua. Ye nuanoma, ye ba memo ye papa mo omo bo bra pa ja sika koto pension bonds. Ye mama mo haircut. Omo ko ye demonstration. Oh, finance ministry asana yeja omo. Because of that, ebi mu fa hu ye. Ese Ghana sikasema du baby a ye cry for Eurobond market. Ghana for they don't want to revisit this. Eje betting tax 10%. Eje e-levy. At the end MPP for anji okromo ase. Enti nana yaw. So the issues nim kwa tun change the technicalities of the issue. Say easy ye omadwuma wo, say easy anya adwuma wo, say MPP na ye e ka no kro, say ndisi na e ka no kro. Who the san e ma no to nchen a. The individual performances alone for the MPP regime and the NDC regime no is enough basis for the NDC to chalk significant successes in the Ablekumanov election because on Friday no.
Doc, my member clarity kakra o. Already issues be I see
there is no problem.
Right. Only MPP for pink sheet on the buy any a fake.
Mankasa, they may kind say. Okay, we are. They may kind say. When we went initially, polling stations are not a year contentious were 62. Yeah. Only me yard sir. Out of 62 initially, MPP say omu 25. And then this is your move 52. Ye can't be do a chino. Na pink polling stations are. And one just say and you move 54. Now you say you move 54. Yes. Yes. And MPP force you almost 25 at the time. And no can ya be do baby if MPP force you. Some of the pink sheets they even have scanned copies of it. And you move 37. And I ye not ya so okay, the more farm scan copies in your day. Embra. 2 weeks now scan copies in my omo de buyer. Emubi presiding officer and sign. Emubi MPP rep and sign. Emubi NDC rep and sign. They were not pink sheets. You don't expect the Electoral Commission to use those 37 pink sheets are Yajituma enye no.
Matthias,
that is the whole point.
Mo 54 no way.
Oh, in fact, that the meeting you making those pink sheets available. No, it was attended by Madi and I was saying no by lawyer Dujita Makulu. Meaning, I can't provide it. There's no way I can provide it. But that was the argument.
Okay.
You understand?
But more can say more 54. And the 54 out of 62 gives us 8.
Difference.
Meboa.
Yes.
Do you still stand by it to say more 54 pink sheets?
Oh, from the briefings I got from Yempenyufo, they represented the party at the time. No, they told us indeed initially they had 54, but pink sheets there. After the MPP forecast or more pink sheets or more by interrogating Anya. It is possible say even your prior DNA the coin. There were some issues. There is no problem.
Okay.
But this underscores our long-held beliefs. The Electoral Commission, right from the
I'm not at the Electoral Commission yet.
Yes, no problem.
Relax,
no problem.
I'll get there.
No problem.
Yeah, to about polling station, baby, I can't baby. Stakeholders, no, yeah, more be a pink sheet.
Definitely.
Ti sa baby I to ablekuma baby yeah mamubi.
Of course.
Mamuni nyina bi.
Oh yeah, obi anya bi. But one said that election was mad with a lot of chaos, giddy. So some of the pink sheets
and the chaos targeted NDC alone.
Oh, we had a lot of you can say occasions as some of our members were beaten and all and what have you. You understand? Oh, most of the police stations.
NDC members.
Yes.
Beaten.
Emma ye pink sheets need be required.
Give me one of such police stations.
Oh. Me no TA. I will not be able to mention the exact police station. Of course, I got briefings from Yempenyu Fonibi. But our issues with Ablekumanov started right after the elections. Yempenyu Fomuko, Sam George Money, other leading members. They went there because of these irregularities.
Yeah, logic kakra. Any idea? Me, miracles. Yakoto Aba. Patricia and her Abanaso. Abana ye to ye no. O de be say one miracle kwara ko to me na me hwe abana so.
Okay.
Ena me ma hwe pink sheet so me wie mati bi ama wo. Me ma kipu bi. Ena mati bi ama miracle. E chire abana ye to ye no ho abasem. But miracle de o se ne de ni nyina wo ho. O se wo de no. Ever 62 na ye in contention. 62 de asem wo. Right? And I mean, so I may a commission in the end. Meaning, ye say, Obia nim say, baby, I'm near Maguno. Obia quacoshino. A coshino. And to wash him in Yamana, a woman and to me whom they are, dear see, no. And you one waka crase. Interested party to say, oh, Dr. Amino Cassay. Now, pink sheet, no. I hear just as me easy, the other so Ira. And your one.
I don't know, say one. All of us were subjects of the same brutalities. I of course so. Say a question baby near Buendi phobia. Now it's for some pink sheet and then this for so you will be no some pink sheet. What is the difficulty? Indeed, I'm people for so almost by cars almost any money behind for which reasons scanned copies are omujidi say omujidi muna papa no kofa buy. I don't see any issues with it. I don't see any issues with it. But
what's the MPP for scanned sheets no the buy a fake?
Oh, the briefings I got from Yempenyu for no me involved in the process. Let's say the reason why Electoral Commission for rejected those 37 scanned copies was because some of them na inyinaswa e was say digital nini.
Okay, so at the time my Electoral Commission be catch say aka 3
no. No move they relied on MPP's source to bring those scanned copies of the pink sheets.
Great. Our point na isi be catch say 62 now or say aka 3 there, then my simple mathematics will tell me that no my 59.
Of course, that is Electoral Commission. Me, I can't speak for the Electoral Commission.
Great. Say 62 now say 3 na aka there, it is 59. Our point na isi be catch say Sa 69 is also yanko to 19. Yanko to emu 19 no. Emu bi. Ehun aba asema na de omo quality dada na nti ombe kan say aka 3 no. Omo hu say sheets na omo gina so quality bi no. Enye papa.
Mental question I see you.
Great. Yato aba. And 62 polling stations in contention. And easy na den kakra sa no so 62 no. Metimia ya could do 59 because aka 3. Okay. And as I say easy no asa ba be kan kire yen say enka 3 bium. Nemum aka 19. Okay. Our point na easy ebe ka kire yen say sa 59 na o ma quality dada no. Emu 16 asem wo ho. Enti omo ade ye adwuma 16 because say ade na 62. And almost say aka 3. Enti say what 3 na aka no free 62 ma ebe ka 59. Good. And as they say almost I 16 abeka ho. Amana 19 yes sir. 16 plus 3 gives you 19. Yes sir. And to buy 16 every 59. Ana yes sir.
Yes.
Aha. It's a 16 every 59 no more. Ebekwa come out 43. And at what point na easy be catch say 16 bi was 59 no a omo quality ye no mu a and from so ho nti omo de ka ho a enye yi enti yen go back to 19.
Nana ya kese sa kwashia bisa media me meet me asa because electoral commission we all know they are independent almost your adwuma and if at any point in time your analysis no examination no who say initial position take no is untenable enti also changes in collation ne documents ne papers ne identity. This is the update. I will not be in any position to answer that.
I'm not even asking you
but Nana, hold on. And Nana make catch say it goes to your criticisms, sir. We have always leveled against the Electoral Commission.
You are right to do so.
Yes.
But before that, before the criticism, Ibisa said, throughout this process, what at any point, our Electoral Commission can say, Yanom 59 no cry ye who say 16 pinches bi o ma de ye ya na nke ni se ye enti ye tie frim ama na ba beka 19 police.
You know the mante so mo ye any press conference or any statement mante hu kwasem ya
briefing na unya no no mo say 19 police stations na ye kwa akoto ye na esie.
Oh, the briefings I got, lack of pink sheets, credible pink sheet that can be used, and a lot of things. Those are the briefings I got. Because if the pink sheets were there and they were reliable, Electoral Commission Emma Meka said they are going to rerun elections in those police stations. So definitely, it will be because of lack of pink sheets. That is the only underlining where I can speak to. You understand the point I'm making? And for me, the Electoral Commission should have the opportunity to come and explain things to the people of Ghana. Yeah, dream has never changed on the incompetence of the Electoral Commission. We say, apart from the fact that YGD pass initially no many MPP for they are also very incompetent. What you say? It will be common arithmetic. Kofa ya year registration and ne ochina ne 100 ochina 200 kambu nanya 300 no. The Electoral Commission couldn't do. The NDC's election directorate had several causes to actually issue statement to correct them. And to the AC me enya mwa. What you say? Because of an Electoral Commission on number one medjuma. Electoral Commission that was populated of party for ne what have you. You understand the point I'm making? And I believe say both parties have to bear the brunt of Electoral Commission for incompetence. Now Mejidi ye say on Friday we will have to suffer the incompetence of the Electoral Commission by going over and over again for the same process and initially they could have solved. And for me, that is my position on it. Meniaji say MPP4 they are also criticizing the Electoral Commission. It said that they be criticizing. No, he has given credence to ye long held belief say na Electoral Commission muni medjuma. na yɛgyidi yɛ sɛ ɔmo so bɛka yɛn ho ama Ghana fo a ɔmo so ɛwɔ gyidie part 3 yɛ so gyidie sɛ electoral commission mu number no yɛ na bɛka yɛn ho abom na yɛtimi a register yɛ disquiet over the electoral commission's conduct. For me, that is all I can say.
Right, that is all you can say. Mate, Mazarat, I hope so.
Aye.
Okay.
Yeah, can be no make up you.
Aha, bibi ho ba karam pese wait text message in flow nanka yambra supreme.
Okay.
Sadat, but text message in 5 minutes pe. Na yamfa de aka na why? 5 minutes. All right. Mazarat.
The cardinal.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 5 minutes per intimate kan wodi a na wodi a cheme. Mo amode mo de fa SMS no e na mo de mo de hya se kan me wi a na WhatsApp for no matias mi so na makenkan mo so mo de firi ho no mo. Akismis ehwe bekwa wodi na me de hya se wo se anwumere ba bia ni anwaso bekwa na wuti the platform de firi. Wo so no nyamfo brighter sam abrefo wo chia no papa. Na wo se bra na NPP e wo pa no Ghana for bre pa na enemo mo aye tawe sikasem adwadifo no mo bre President John Dramani Mahama ba ehunu se ne move smooth sikasem ne manye na ekoyie na idi adanse se bosha president de she Ghana for no odi so akisimi se hwebe kwa wodi awodi ebetu mu na makenkan na we se wo cha papa na na akese na police for no so obisa o se sa bre no na Blackmanoff 3 police stations multiple provide security se ye ko 19 security multiple provide ana asimbisa Adam odi free tamale eno no so betu mu na na yakese wo se opawasem papa nti anwumere wo chia wo wonya wa homa nkan ni beje wo se afra ne kelantua owo Madina wo se na yakese wo chewa anwumere na ayana ne wura hopopa wo se ho foreign ministry nsemu amo nchiremu amo de bre Ghana foi o se ento mu eni hwe hefa wo se mpenifo mu nso muti ase na omoni ewu pa Baroski asre wadi enie wasi Jane Mensa enti na adwe ne say oni na bedi akirefo no omuye no betimi bia dia please John Dramani Mahama mampanyini ana emfa 19 police stations eba ne sen ene ya beduru ha yi wose onimu wo hwenda na wo hweda mpare ne ye dampare ne bia owia bia beto ne pepepe wosowura JFK o chia na nwumre yi we see a friend no ayisida na osuhum ena nwumre oti platform osen na ya okese wo chia platform na nije ho wantia wona entia ntia enkonfama ho na na okese friend David Oduro me student at Accra Technical University was I don't know 2028 unemployment rate no se subetimi atia ekosoro pa wo Ghana politicians no de na ekoso ono so asem bisa wo de ebetu mu eno no na mo amode mo de fa SMS no so no ena me yi de afiri ho no mu yi na na akese nyimre me chia wo yefrem wo awo me watermale wo si easy no kame akwasi ehuni suru bi won so na well osise adwuma no wontimi nya ono anfo ne dibrent ho no ma de ma no kra nya fo ma aban no na o ma Ghana fo bredodo wo se Dennis o chia papa apa anwumre yi o de message free tamale en o de ebetu mu na meba mo amode mo de fa WhatsApp ne so a na na akese anwumre me chia wo se NPP me de me support isa Blackmanoff election rerun mo be boycott ade ne nim say 3 intade na kodu 19 eba ne sen Gabriel wo de ebetu mu nie lam taking Rashid Tamagov City o se man sadata na akese me chema papa 19 police stations easy eba ne sen ya beduru ha so hu wo se anumpo no 19 no out of the 19 mu 13 wo se NPP ekuto omo dada omo ne lead wo 13 out of the 19 police stations 19 sen ke bako akoto abanumpo na NPP beko a enka no fears principle no principle onu se NPP be wene na abofra mpo ya wo no 9 July obedi dance yesa Blackmanoff de ma me ekua free en wodi mu nkunim na wono so ene wonwa papa sa asem no kopie mu quarter asa abu agu o se odwene ho a wonte ase na wono kopie mu heaven na ohu ajaje fo ho a ebe ne wonwa papa wo heaven ho we se ye friend Manuel Japan o tie piece of manwumre yi na piece of madwuma for de opobia asem papa especially chairman general na o se ntisi ne amuye yi munim se Ghana pa na mo pese mo boye kasa no na wo so free isi so an wo test police for so say police for mo na mo gina kwa ho road work na mo check ekwan na cars na mo so no mo hu kwan de road work na fa na ne akese wo se wo chewa nwumre yi amicus pelele kaswa aka Dr. Bawumia beba 2028 wo so no manyafo kwa free na odi nkunim dada enti 3 police stations ne de na akwakwa ese icing on the cake enti aba ne se na ye free 3 akogudu 19 police stations ese akwa every round ho no mo wo so wonte ase na obi se wo se ye nsani bi e de boy isi ni nti na isi gina ye opese wo isi gina ye ya na asemsebe wo se onumanyafo mevi sa wakum se nka me NPP national women's organizer no Sylvester Tete NPP general secretary hope for amicus pelele kaswa ɔse ɔkyea mu nyinaa. Good evening na yakesi man o mensa ni motema 19 police stations no easy ɔse a waste of money ɛno nti no membo Ghana ka easy adwumayɛfoɔ ɛna ɔno so de we betu mu na yakesi cardinal easy chairperson no wɔne ne mpanifoɔ no ɔse ɔmo hwɛ ne yɛto dampare na ɔmo pɛ so ɔmo please aban no a ɛnya ade yɛbɛfa ɛsansa aban no wɔsi ne gina yɛwi dada reran wɔnya wie pɛ ɔde ne bere beto hɔ enti ɛbɛyɛ amane ha ne ho koraa sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ ɔplease aban no yɛfrɛ mo ɔkyea me danso abiam me wɔ Dubai ɛna meetie the platform owura miracle aboagye anwumere me kyɛw papa we say die no na nakwa mo aboate na Blekuma Central wo nso die nie wo sia Abigail Amo amo abi baby ɛwɔ Nation Student Methodist University Ghana wo kyea no ne birthday na me nhyira no na wo say wono de o support NPP papa say Ablekuma no election no so mo fo mo hunjim esan say rera na ebekọ so ho no no ohwe abotai tachi ne nya adwempa no nti no NPP amfo mo ho anjimu a na ne kwan so ano no na nakwam aboate na Ablekuma Central wo so die nie akismis ahwebekwae baabi ani anwa so bekwae mekenkan ode ba ko SMS no so dada we say empanifo no minji ni so mo bo Ghana politicians mo mo Ghana kra Alex ndie denyo medi fifra o mantam ketu nof tajewu na medi ebetu mu odumanyafo akwa free oni ne di nkunim Ablekuma North kukurudu ye here run bia encha so konkoma owura bright Sifi Kumi next MPP women bright okay
organizer women organizer no ka falance one we
okay we say na guess me chair frame Kofi Boateng Gomwa Ojobiniye o say the Electoral Commission opese odada Ghana for sa aso pese odada Ghana for na muntu owotu nyina no na ada bi koso mu a mi se nanti asi na NPP nso mu gina isi se ombe boycott election no me de me gidi se da na kwamu odumnya fa da adwoasi edu MP ayensu ano o se adwuma no wo papa de ama de che no mani gi ho enti koso na ebu adwuma efa so mo sa o si jo sister misa Japan eni poba o che mu nyina papa adwonchera ka chire na dos wona so yebde ni nti na enti me fa nyina ensomo
mate me de besi ase na menko Dennis so na minti other issues are ono so pese otache anwumre my time na ka ne ye 23 minutes me answer 5 10 15 18 minutes mate me ama Dennis 7 minutes na mama docs so 7 minutes
and I'm that since we started 21:42 now NDC on still a some opposition Omon transite emma government in power more than yet intimate bechom aka krebi keke good one be feedi omoni so betete omo na feedi they get into that proper mode of knowing say they have a responsibility over a nation and that people's health, housing, education bibia so then they will take us seriously because omo guso kasa im so kasa na ayo so that's what 2024 omo prayer ba mu tin say omo ka frafra sa first of all now in some Dr. Ayekani na mumongu e ba kokre ni we tasum
eto
debi antasum a matter of fact
ento waso
antasum na na mame church o dey tell me kasa na now on June 20th, 2025, the Deputy Chairperson of the Electoral Commission in charge of corporate affairs, Dr. Bosman Asare, echoed Parliament. He has disclosed that the Ghana Police Service and the National Election Security Task Force have referred the unresolved collation of parliamentary election results for the Ablekuma North constituency to the Office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice for legal advice. Answering questions in Parliament yesterday, Dr. Asari detailed the extensive efforts the EC has made to conclude the coalition process since the December 2024 elections. According to him, the EC remains committed to ensuring that the people of Ablekuma North have a duly elected representative in Parliament. He said that the Accra High Court on January 4th, 2025, ordered the Electoral Commission to complete the coalition of results in 4 constituencies. That includes the Central, Ablekuma North, Okakose, and Techiman South. While the collation of the other 3 constituencies has been concluded, the process in Ablekuma North remains incomplete. He indicated that the EC's records shows that the coalition results efforts steadily progressed, with polling station results from both the NDC, or say he indicated that the EC's records indicate that coalition efforts steadily progressed, with polling station results from both the NDC and the MPP added at various stages. However, challenges arose regarding the authentication of some submitted pin sheets, particularly those presented in scanned copies, the EC chief said. Despite these issues, Dr. Asare emphasized that the collation process has been transparent, with agents of both the NDC and MPP present throughout, as well as media coverage to ensure public accountability. The parties agreed to the use of scanned pink sheets when both admitted they no longer had the carbon copies. This was done with full participation of their agents. Then he goes on to say, according to him, nonetheless, let me even skip all of these things. He said, at the moment, all the collation have been done except for 3 polling stations. These 3 polling stations can be done once the police make themselves available. The Electoral Commission has no plans to rerun the Ablekuma North constituency elections, but to conclude the collation of these 3 polling stations. This was June 20th, 2025. In this Albertina, and I can say, and I maintain a brief amenia. Now, I am not taking a brief from MPP, neither am I taking brief from NDC. Meji brief, if he Electoral Commissioner, or more Parliament, or the Parliament, Parliament need the only place I want to mean from what it is. And this is the brief he gives. So what is this thing about 62, 37, 36? We have moved on. Your party, almost the pink sheet by it was admitted. MPP, pink sheet by it was admitted. Once the agents, will look at it. And then don't forget, say, Bosman even told Parliament, say, one of the approaches they use, and they say, all the pink sheets in the bar, the presiding, returning or whatever, the EC officer know what's our police station will validate it.
Returning officer.
Yes, now NDC by then people don't know validate it, then they add it. And they've done all of these things. So it is 3 polling stations that are left. It has been reported to Parliament 20th June. So what is all this 10, 36, 62, whatever? In any case, let me tell the NDC straightforward, say, it doesn't lie in their mouth to determine who does what in this country. It lies in the laws of this country. And to me, sorry, can say Electoral Commission, and now Omajuma and so many intimate. It doesn't work that way. Elections, and events. Election, a process. That is why they call it the coalition process. And there will be a lot of conversations, discussions, even in the process. And the fact that the Electoral Commission is working with all stakeholders to get it done doesn't mean that they are necessarily what is the Electoral Commission's incompetence in this? Say to abaya to we ever kabom na wo party for ko bromo. No ma hye asay electoral materials. Na Electoral Commission abom de ni party for me ni na ya daka 3 police stations. Ni yedi hu komo. All of a sudden enti mo incompetent dey enti yentu omo. Mo betu obi a ya ton ma ne mamo. Did we give Ghana out to the NDC? Did we put ourselves under slavery? What is this thing about? Ube to wine. Say NDC for say into year 2. Who told somewhere then? The Electoral Commission has a responsibility as an institution, not the individuals, to make sure that they do what is right. And that is why we are all stakeholders. Into to our dreams till we get it where we want it to get to. But you don't say because Electoral Commission or my baby when in Junti ya pamomo yen tuomo, and the way they say it is so annoying. They should be sacked. We'll remove the Electoral Commission. How dare you? Who are you? Are you the laws of this country? When am I the laws of this country? Now opposition barely 6 months ago, it was some other people that were there. You have barely 1,200 days. Your tenure is over. 1,200 and something, 1,232 days. Your tenure is over. Eti muntomo boase na mamu temu yamu de he ote ya kasa jejeje as if say Ghana omo ba omo de go de gu ka kwan so kwa blekuma not kwa kasa asem so omo nsi webo a so omo ho atomo oh ye kom beto aba man omo ye say na na ya boba aba mu 6 months pe dum son kwa na yetin ya tena energy crisis mu 6 months ablekuma not omo nya kanea July 13th muso mo declare national doom so day Ghana nyina be call off o say ablekuma not fo ni age nti kom beto aba man na mpacho aka krebi na me do no
7 minutes na
30 seconds eh 16% increase in the electricity tariff mu we say ablekuma not fo ni age 16% mo ba bay mu January 7th na cement 42.5 hour cement gasem 85 cedis and 130 Ghana cedis we say ablekuma not for any age o meto abamo ukọ Bank of Ghana mo papers mo books mu dollar 10 cedi ablekuma not kokompe ene omo tonton spare parts ni ade no omo per dollar omo ton 12 13 cedis so what throw paper so and what publish say 10 cedis so ukọ meto abamo na now if we run any elections with the NDC in ablekuma not we win hands down. But I tell you, say, the principle now you cry will not participate in this election is because nobody should benefit from violence. Nobody should benefit from chaos. The election was conducted. Some hoodlums from the NDC besieged the coalition center.
How sure are you that?
It was the Nanya. Sad as a Bible story. They be America semu. And mom, you know, you say mumpaya kolani you know, or no, and an ebe uno. They are all sisters say mumpai akola no mienu no ono na ne bewu because say ne bewu ya ade na akola ba akopa aka out tia se oyemu nyina mukunu ba osi yenkunu oda obewu
mate
na that's it
me ba me mfre obinya mfre nyabo tre me fro why
mate
odofo bi pe 2 bedroom ana chime ho self contained areas are open bi no eye taifa bokina taifa boga kwabinya atomic down dome pillar 2 pokuase barrier ho nyina so nya bia ope taifa abeka taifa bokina taifa boga ena kwabinya afi atomic down dome pillar 2 pokuase ena barrier say uye fiera now 2 bed apartment and I say chime house self container for 0556 396413 0556 396413 0556 396413 Doc Afibrem
me da say obia ni Ghana ha say ya opesa ode mra hye ne nsam ekopam obi free the official position and answer constitutional mandate. They are managed on discharge. MPP4 they have a right. So may criticize the Electoral Commission. Ye NDC for so. Ye won't quite say by criticize the Electoral Commission. The fact say you criticize the Electoral Commission for so many years now doesn't mean say ye peti me fiti prekope akopa mobi. Nancy I mean you are paying Dennis Marcos Abuaje. One quarter platform biso anka say NDC for appoint you whether civil service the be pamom. One kasa to me ben no original so they kasa. You understand the point I'm making? Enti sa emotional winner or you know will not hold. Me say MPP have no principle as far as Ablekumanov is concerned. Electoral Commission, they still have the same mandate and normally year Juma from Titino and Dasu Kraumu. If at any point in time Electoral Commission edging say initial position they took no mistake wom enfonso wom, they have every right to backtrack. It is said now omo be catch will say omo police station train aka so omo quality no mo sa ko mechi akohwehwe say initial one no mo ye no there is a erroneous mistake wo. They have every right to go back and do the right thing. Say Electoral Commission yes sir. That's not to me so obi tanachi and I say they want to impress anybody. I'm not a spokesperson for Electoral Commission. But MPP for sudden posture against the Electoral Commission, I think it is very hypocritical. Na entwaso munso. Okase ai na Ghana fo mo ayedin, Ghana ayedin na hey, many Americans Abuaje na ekasa say. You were the spokesperson for a vice president ayedin share President Kufuor be catch re say ono na ode Ghana economy ashanesa. Edu baby he ran away from that responsibility. As head of economic management team, say Ghana sikasem to 2 Ghana sikasem eye ne basa ebe ka kire say the economic management team no lead no omo decisions enye Biden ema dollar obeto ye na da 4 Ghana cedis o de cost 17 Ghana cedis fuel obeto no 14 cedis o de cost 72 Ghana cedis and you have the F13 to criticize an NDC regime significantly improving the lives of the people of Ghana. Right now, inflation, edu baby, 54%. Today we are doing 13% inflation, and people are sitting somewhere saying things are not better. 54% inflation, that is better, but 13% inflation ain't better. Nana yaw, and now kwa drama aswa. Niema abafom, ye nuye, but we'll get there. There is evidence, ample evidence to suggest to you. Say niema abafom. Oil, rice, niema kitenketi anayetwa. Because of amamo money a previous government into that I nebo idea. Apart from I made mention of fuel for you. Fuel affected be beer. And then trotro bo taxi bo ema for man. Apart from okay, 80 we still have a long way to go. You know it. But baby I do know. It is better, extremely better, and the people of Ghana are happy about it. All researchers are also say the NDC is a far superior party. A born homo say Ghana for the Akonya nation as compared to MPP. Not only would they destroy the economy, would destroy the country, they will even run away from responsibility. They'll come and tell you, say, a COVID Ukrainian war. Me no can say COVID said as well. Nanaya. Many ananaya because who call Legon campus COVID in Tinsi around the world COVID echo. But baby I do. We have a government they don't double in excuses. And I am a country say COVID Ukrainian war. I am a country say a flimsy excuses. But by papa we take responsibility. Yejitum said the mandate the people have given us. It is a mandate. We must not joke with it. We must not disrespect the people. And that is the government of President John Dramani Mahama. We are doing better. Ghana phone na no for social media baby. The parameters are determine the work of a government. The economic stability, the macroeconomic figures, or dollar, or fuel, or near inflation. And the good born on but the previous government, they were there. What did they do about how to use gold and our resources in their mind? Shejuma pa lawyers are making fee and then I'm so from President Mama yeah. And ne sika yenye free good mono. Abeye a strategic bulwark our Bank of Ghana, a crack Ghana cedi nima, a stabilize Ghana cedi nama niyama yede ekoye. That is the mark of good leadership. MPP before attempted it. What did they end in? Omukofa good for oil buy share about Ghana Bank of Ghana 1.8 billion Ghana cedi eka. But gold bore emphasize diaba. And so the MPP and NDC are well apart. One destroys the country, one destroys the economy. One makes the country better, makes the economy stronger, and moves the country from suffering to prosperity. That is the NDC for you. So, and then it is better as compared to what we came to meet.
Dr. Samuel Aye, or no government spokespersons, no mubako. Na one Dennis Miracle Abuaji, and na Oti Omonka, and then you Patricia Sefa Fisher, Prince Bafwa Samuel Henry Kwesimin Kana Mansa that Omana Shisha, Amidi Huchame, Ephraim Nanaya Okesi, who wait me from the card and Bacho Aumachi, no num empemu, Mate, Aumachi, no num empemu. Maisha Ewo United Television Ewo Live Truth Live Catholic Asia no numpemu Ewo United Television Live Truth Live Catholic na yamfa enkomotwetwe no emdrel ochano pa yebesi Asia okokoko dwumadie so na the platform there nyame ya adom age adwada na yebehia be de rade asomdwe eja obia unya kwan etie yen akra mu nyina